Welcome to another edition of In the Spotlight with the Minnesota Magicians. I'm Jamie Lillidahl, play-by-play voice of the Magic. The Magicians played a handful of games this past week. We're going to talk about 4 of them. The Magicians did play 5 games in a span of 7 days, so a lot of action as the regular season comes to a conclusion this weekend at home. On Tuesday, the Magicians played a rare game at Richfield Ice Arena. It was a 3-2 loss for the Magicians, a very close game. The first 2 periods were scoreless. In the third period, Kane Dermott started the scoring for the Magicians. Nathan Krusko and Brady Hepner had assists. The Wilderness tied the game at 1 with an Aaron Miller goal. Jan Yax and Darian Romanko collecting assists as it was a 1-1 score. The Wilderness took a 2-1 lead with an Aaron Miller goal on the power play, his second of the hockey game. Tyler Klein and Ivan Chukarov getting assists. The Magicians made it 2-2 with the Lukey Laub goal, his 21st goal of the season. Dennis Chevron and Sam Becker collecting assists as the game went to an extra frame. Overtime it was. Ivan Chukarov had the decider. Jan Yax and Aaron Miller get the assists at the 3:25 mark. Early on in the overtime, the Wilderness get the win on Tuesday night. The Magicians do collect a point in the overtime loss. On Thursday night, the Magicians back in action on home ice. Sam Becker starts the scoring on the power play. Nolan Schaefer and Nikita Malakin get assists. The Magicians then made it 2-0 with another Lukey Laub goal, his second goal on the week, his 22nd goal on the season. Dennis Chevron had the lone assist on the Laub goal. The Magicians leading 2-0. Then it was Aaron Miller for the Wilderness. Darian Romanko and Michael Kovac getting the assists as the Magicians led 2-1 after 1 frame. In the second period, a lone goal for the Wilderness. Darian Romanko had the tally. Aaron Miller and Ian Mansfeld getting assists. They went to the third period when Waylon Williams found twine. Billy Excel had the assists as the Wilderness beat the Magicians 3-2 on Thursday night here at Richfield Ice Arena. On Friday, the Magicians played a road game at Green Island Arena in La Crosse, Wisconsin. The Magicians, another close loss. That's 4 one-goal games over the week. Cooley Region starts the scoring. Dominic Florian gets the goal. Nico Luca gets the assist as well as Adam Lovick. Cooley Region made it 2-0 with an Isaac Thiessen goal. Kevin Shand and Joe Rudakowski getting the assists. The Magicians found twine with Jack Christensen, who found the back of the net. Christensen gets his 6th goal of the season. It was a power play goal. Chris McKenzie and Sam Becker get the assists as the Magicians were down 2-1. The Chill added another. Adam Lovick on the power play. The future Beaver gets the goal. Dominic Florian and Richard Zanal collecting assists as the Chill led 3-1 after 1 frame. In the second, the Magicians get a lone goal, unassisted. Kane Dermott gets the tally as he gets his 16th goal of his rookie campaign. No scoring in the third period for both clubs. It was a 3-2 finish. Cooley Region on top on Friday night in La Crosse, Wisconsin. The Magicians playing on Saturday, a 5-4 loss, another 1-goal finish as Brady Hepner started the scoring, his 9th goal of his rookie season. Austin Rushoff, the big rookie, getting an assist as the Magicians led 1-0 in the first period. Cooley Region added their first goal of the game. Charlie Parker scores, Andre Zanal and Dawson DePetro getting assists. The Chill made it 2-1 with an Adam Lovick goal. This was a power play goal. Richard Zanal and Brogan Rafferty getting the assist. The Magicians able to strike back with a Kane Dermott goal, Kane's 17th goal of the season. Connor Butchis and Austin Rushoff getting assists. It went to the second period in a 2-2 score. Jack Christensen gives the Magicians a 3-2 lead as Christensen collects his 7th goal of the season. Brady Hepner gets another point on the evening as he had the lone assist. It went to the third period. The Chill captain, Eddie Matsushima, gets a shorthanded, unassisted goal. The Chill added another shorthanded goal on the same penalty. Dominic Florian and Adam Lovick getting involved in that one. The Magicians strike back with a goal from the captain. Chris McKenzie gets a goal as Braxton Collins was able to set up Chris McKenzie as McKenzie adds his 9th goal of the season. The Chill added 1 more before the finish to make it a 5-4 finish. Richard Zanal gets the tally. Brogan Rafferty collects the lone assist as the Chill beat the Magicians 5-4 at Richfield Ice Arena on Saturday night. Welcome back to In the Spotlight with the Minnesota Magicians. I'm alongside veteran captain Chris McKenzie. Chris, you guys just played 5 games in 7 days. It was a logjam. We just went over some of the conclusions. A lot of games in a small period of time.
Yeah, it's definitely a grind. I mean, 60 games in a season over a span of like 7 months is tough, but when 5 of them are in 1 week, it's definitely takes a toll on one's body. But you know, everyone's got to do it every once in a while, so you just got to keep fighting and kind of show the young guys that, you know what, it's not going to be easy, but you just got to endure.
2 games left in the regular season here at home. It's been a long road for you. You've played in 95 games.
Yeah, it definitely has. This year I've played in all 58, and I'm definitely feeling it. But you know what? After the 2 games, it's on to the postseason, and that's when a whole new season starts. So I'm looking forward to the postseason, and hopefully you can make a run for the Robbie Cup.
About that opponent, it's going to be the Aberdeen Wings from the Central Division, a team you guys have had success against this season. You guys went into their building and got 2 wins in front of 1,500 people. They sell the place out there at the OD Ice Center at the Hub City. They do a wonderful job. What was it like to get 2 wins there in an unbelievable hostile environment?
Yeah, it's crazy going in there. I remember last year it was the same way, but this year I think they've managed to get more fans than they did last year, and the place is just crazy. And when you go in there as a hostile opponent and come out with 2 wins, this doesn't make the fans happy at all. But you know what? For our organization, I think it was a big weekend, and coming out with 4 points instead of 0 is really big.
We talked about the amount of games you've played. Obviously, you're the captain this season. Last year you had some good numbers during the rookie campaign. Something I want to bring up, talk about your first day with the Magicians. This is the first open camp, the first ever camp, and the first day the Magicians were an actual team, and the team was picked. Tell us the story.
So after the first game, I think it was on a Friday night or maybe even a Saturday night, after the first session there was a lineup or a roster posted outside one of the locker rooms, and I was scrolling through looking through the roster, and I didn't see my name anywhere. I was kind of just glimpsing for my first name, like a K, see if that's my name, and I didn't see my name at all. So I'd packed my bag and started my way home and sent an email to the assistant coach at the time and said, hey, thanks for the opportunity. What can I do to get better? And a couple hours later, I get a phone call, and they're like, hey, where are you at? You're supposed to be on the bus here. We're on our way to go bowling. And I'm like, well, I didn't see my name anywhere on the list, so I'm on my way home. And they're like, well, can you come back? You're on the team. And I'm like, oh no, what do I do? So I quick turned around and met the team at the bowling alley and came back to the rink and played a game that night and the next morning and found out I made the team. And it's kind of one of those once-in-a-lifetime stories. You can't really write it.
And I mentioned, 95 games played later. You worked really hard over the summer. Obviously, you were voted team captain by, by your teammates. It'd be hard to summarize, but I mean, what did you learn going through that? From a guy that you didn't think you made the team, 2 seasons later, you're one of the leaders, you're a captain. That's a long ways to go in just 2 years.
Yeah, it definitely took some hard work and a process that I stuck to. Coming into the season last year, I had no idea what to expect and came in here kind of blind, and when I got on the ice and saw everyone else's speed and size and skill, it was a long season last year for me. And then over the summer, I took the advantage of the 5-6 month summer we get and worked my bag off and didn't take a day off and skated probably 3-4 times a week, worked out every day of the week, and come in this year and knowing what to expect. And I feel like I've exceeded my expectations for myself this year, and hopefully in the postseason I can do a lot more than I'm capable of.
Talking about your leadership qualities, we're in a situation right here where the playoffs are about to start in the middle of this next month. What is that like for you, being one of the guys that is the guy, the Curtis Simonsons, the Tommy Delaney's, the guys that have been in this league before? The rookies are looking to you guys at this point in time for leadership.
Yeah, it's definitely an honor to have the role of being leader, but you just got to do your best to set a good example for the young guys and show them the ropes and kind of give them an idea of what they need to get better at in the off season, and take advantage of the off season and show them, tell them what I did last year and kind of make sure they know what they need to do to get better. And it's a long season. Everyone's body's taking a toll, and playoffs is no different. It's definitely going to be tough, but just show them how it's done. Go out there, be positive energy, work your bag off, and you can't really ask for much more from leaders.
Jimmy Lillidahl alongside Captain Chris McKenzie. Before we go here, I wanted to talk about being a multifaceted player. Obviously, last year you had a good rookie campaign. One of the things you've added along with scoring this year, energy, all of those good things, is the willingness to do whatever it takes, whether it's blocking a shot or getting a penalty. I mean, you do have 103 penalty minutes this season. We've seen you score goals. We've seen you get assists. We've seen you in all situations. Talk about being that all-around player, because it's fair to say, I mean, there's some high school kids out there that can put the puck in the net. They can't play at a level this high because it's either too physical or it's too quick. At this level, you have to be a multifaceted player, and then that's one of the reasons why we've been able to see you succeed, is you're a guy that's willing to do whatever it takes. A Jack Christensen, a guy that's willing to block a shot in any situation, for example.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, in the defensive zone is where I take my most pride. I love blocking shots. I mean, it's not always fun, but I take pride in getting down and taking one for the team. And you know, even a little block shot can really motivate the boys and get them going. And I don't know, if we're really down and we're not feeling any mojo, I'm not afraid to drop the mitts and get some energy that way. And you know, in the offensive zone, I'm not really known for my goal scoring ability, but you know, I'm more of kind of a grinder, forecheck guy, and make sure we get the momentum back. And luckily this season I've been able to put a few pucks in the net, and it's been a good year.
Chris, thanks for taking the time as always.
Thank you, Jimmy. It's a pleasure.
Welcome back to In the Spotlight with the Minnesota Magicians. A big thanks to Captain Chris McKenzie for joining me before practice today. This week's wrap-up, the Magicians will play their last 2 home games during the regular season at home against the Aberdeen Wings, a team the Magicians have had some success against this season. They actually lead the season series as we speak. Some more good news coming out. Sam Becker committed to Maine on Sunday night. He's going to play Division I hockey for the Black Bears. Some really good news coming out. Sam Becker, an unbelievable season he's had. He's second all-time in Magicians points, just 4 or 5 points away from becoming the all-time point leader. He currently leads the Magicians in all-time with assists as well, as Sam Becker has committed to play Division I ice hockey for the Maine Black Bears. Playoffs are coming up in the middle of April. It is cemented in. The Magicians will have the 4th seed. Still up in the air who they're going to play. It's either going to be the Cloquet Wilderness or the Fairbanks Ice Dogs. That will take place in the middle of April. So a reminder, last 2 games on the regular season, home games this weekend against the Aberdeen Wings on Friday and Saturday, the 27th and 28th. And hopefully we see you at the rink this weekend. That's going to do it for another edition of In the Spotlight with the Minnesota Magicians. So long, everybody.